Hey guys, welcome to another top 10 list. Well, kind of a top 10 list. These are 10 things I didn't enjoy in the Harry Potter films. I wanted to do this because I thought this would be an interesting list because I love Harry Potter. I love it. The books are incredible, some of the best books you'll read. And I love the movies. I love them. From Philosopher's Stone all the way to Death Part 2. I even find some enjoyment in the first Fantastic Beasts movie. The other two, not so much. But I love the world of Harry Potter, the world of Hogwarts. It's so good. And again, I love these movies. But even in movies you love, you can find things you don't love in them. And there's a lot of Harry Potter films. I didn't do the Fantastic Beasts movies because that would just be too easy. This is just actually a lot more difficult. I actually had to figure out some things that some minor things or even big things that I just didn't like in some of the 8 films. There's things that they didn't put in the movies that were in the books that were really important in the books and they really should have been in the movies. And there's just little minor things I just didn't like. So again, this doesn't take away my love for the Harry Potter movies. I love all 8 films. So people can relax if you get a little too upset, but these are just 10 things I didn't like in the Harry Potter films. Very first thing, Ron Weasley. Just flat out, I got that's a big one. I don't like how they did Ron. Rupert Grint is a pretty good actor. I think he does a very good job, and I think he was very fitting to play the role of Ron Weasley. And I'm not saying Ron in all the movies sucks, and he's got his moments, he's got his good moments and stuff, and he's got his heroic moments, and his relationship with Hermione is pretty good. I love him in the first film. I think the first film is really good, but they make him always the butt of the joke. He's always there to look like an idiot and stuff, and he's a lot more intelligent in the books, and he does a lot more to help Harry and Hermione in the books than he does in the movies. And I wish they put that more in the films. There's actually a lot of lines and a lot of heroic stuff they give Hermione in the movies, but they were all written for Ron in the books. There's lines of dialogue, inspirational lines Hermione says in the movies that there actually were Ron's lines in the books. Ron is a lot more heroic in the books than he is in the movies. And Hermione's actually a lot more negative in the books than she is in the films. In the films, she's a lot more inspirational, and she believes in everyone. But she's very negative actually in the books, which is actually adds more humanity to her, and it actually adds a lot more likability and a lot more power to Ron, which is great. Ron was a very brave and very loyal character in the books, and you only see a little bit of that in the movies. They just try to make him goofy in the movies, and I just didn't always like that. Sure, he has his funny moments, and there's moments I really love with Ron in the movies, but I just really wish they did his character more justice like they did in the books. So, yeah. Number 2, Harry and Ginny's romance. I think anyone could agree with this, man. I think everyone can agree with this. The romance between Harry and Ginny in the movies is awful. It is awkward. They barely have any scenes together. In the books, there's so much to them. Throughout, just even before Half-Blood Prince, they have a lot of moments and they have such chemistry in the books. And Ginny's a lot more of a different character. She's more sassy in the books, which I love. She's a better character in the books. She's like Debbie Downer in the movies, who barely says anything. And their romance in the books, in the movies, especially in Half-Blood Prince, is cringy and awkward and weird. There's a scene where she ties his shoelace. I'm like, what's happening? Their kiss is so weird and uncomfortable. I'm just and I don't know. I never once bought their romance in the movies. I never bought it. I don't believe he has any infatuation with her. I bought it more with Cho and Goblet of Fire because he really fixates on her. You could tell he really has feelings for her and stuff. And he was hurt that she did betray them, but it wasn't her fault. But I felt nothing with him and Jenny. And I feel like that is the movie's fault. Because in the books, you do feel that romance. But in the movies, you feel nothing between their romance. So I thought the romance was done shitty. Alright, number 3. Not showing enough of Voldemort's backstory. So we're going on to Half-Blood Prince again. Half-Blood Prince does a lot of things wrong. In half of the book of Half-Blood Prince is the backstory of Voldemort. And that's the stuff I was looking forward to. And honestly, Half-Blood Prince, the movie, does a lot of good things. Like, a lot of good things. The whole third act is top-notch. It's perfect. The way they did the death of Dumbledore, the stuff with Malfoy, every scene with Malfoy is great. The backstories we do get of Voldemort, him as a kid, is good stuff. The stuff with the cave is fantastic. Even, like, all the stuff with Slughorn, and the link with Slughorn and Tom Riddle, all that's good stuff. Good stuff. I love all that stuff. And Michael Gambon's performance is the best performance he gives as Dumbledore in Half-Blood Prince. His performance is a little meh in Goblet of Fire and Order of the Phoenix, but Half-Blood Prince, he's top-notch. He's so good in that, in Half-Blood Prince. It's just, I wanted more Voldemort, because Voldemort is, like, his story is, like, half the book. And he gets, like, 3 or 4 moments, and we needed more. There's so many things they don't mention, like how, like, he killed his father and his grandfather, and how he, like, how he manipulated all these people to get all these Horcruxes. There's so much fucked up shit. Like, and how also Tom Riddle tried to get a teaching job at Hogwarts to be the Dark Arts teacher, but Dumbledore didn't let him because he thought there was something really, really wrong with him. You slowly get to see how he mutates. His face gets more pale and stuff, and how snake-like he becomes. The book goes so much into more detail about that, and I wanted to see that. I wanted Half-Blood Prince to be almost all about that. But they didn't do it, and it was disappointing. Which leads me to my number 4 issue. The fourth thing I didn't like about the movies, there's too much fucking romance in the Half-Blood Prince. There's way too much romance. Like I said, I wanted a lot of it to be Voldemort's backstory, but they focus, like, 65% of the fucking movie is on this goddamn romance, and it's so annoying. It's in the books. Like, this is the stuff which, and the romance that they should have been going on about is they didn't do anything. Ginny and Harry's romance is a big thing in Half-Blood Prince, and they barely touch upon that until, like, the ending, and it's, like, really uncomfortable. And, like, they focus on Ron, and then the love potion, and all these girls who like Harry because he's the chosen one, and then Hermione getting jealous. It's like high school bullshit. I'm just like, and it gets so much focus of the damn movie, and it's really, really annoying. I'm like, they could have taken almost all of that out and just put all the Voldemort stuff in, and I just don't get it. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. It's still a great movie, but my god, it could have been the best Harry Potter movie if they put all the Voldemort stuff in and took the romance shit out. I'm telling you. Number 5, Neville and Luna's forced romance in the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Okay, it's a small thing. It's a really small thing, but I hate it. I hate it. The very, like, near the ending of Deathly Hallows Part 2, Neville, like, runs off. He's like, I gotta tell Luna I love her and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's not in the books. Luna ends up with Newt Scamander's son, or grandson. Newt Scamander's grandson. That's who Luna ends up with. And Neville ends up with someone else, I forget who. But they never had a romance. And the thing is, there was no build-up to that romance. Neville and Luna never even seemed like they were into each other. Honestly, if you went by just the movies and not the books, you would think Neville would end up with Ginny, because she's the one that he went to the Yule Ball with and stuff. So you would think Ginny, maybe, but he's like, I'm in love with Luna. And then at the ending of the movie, they just kind of awkwardly sit together and say nothing, and then that's it. It's the most, like, uncomfortable, weird thing. I'm like, wait, what? That's stupid. Anyways. Number 6, no Charlie Weasley. Charlie's not in it. He's in a half a second of a scene in a picture shot. That's all the screen time he gets. He's not in the movies. He's a big character in the books, Charlie. Like, why is Charlie not in why is he not in the movies? Like, he fights at the very ending of Deathly Hallows Part 2 with all the Weasley family. He's there when Fred dies. Like, when he meets Harry, it's a big scene. Like, he's there when they go to the fucking Quidditch World Cup. Like, there's so much moments with Charlie. He's the one that brings the fucking Hungarian Horntail to the Triwizard Tournament. Like, he's a very big character in the books, Charlie. Why wasn't he in the movies? They completely cut him out of all the movies. And I don't know why. Like, literally, there's no reason why. All the Weasleys are there but Charlie. Okay. And here we go. I talked about the Quidditch World Cup. Number 7. Glossing completely over the Quidditch World Cup in the Goblet of Fire. Why did they do that? The Quidditch World Cup is like the coolest thing in the Goblet of Fire book. The Triwizard Tournament is too, but like the Triwizard Tournament is such a it looks so cool. And the thing is, we were supposed to I was so excited for the scene because I was like, oh my god, we're actually going to see the Quidditch World Cup on the big screen. Watch a full Quidditch match and watch the Irish and the Bulgarians and stuff, and watch Victor Crumb catch the snitch and stuff. Like, I thought we were gonna watch the whole match, or at least most of it. No, it just let the Quidditch match begin, and then it cuts, and then the match is over. And I'm like, what? You didn't even get to show any of the matches? Like, they build Victor Crumb up as the best seeker in the world, and we don't even get to see him play. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyways, number 8, the Snatchers Chase scene from Deathly Hallows Part 1. This whole scene it should have been in the movie, just should have been done better. This entire scene is so horribly filmed. This is just now filmmaking wise. This whole fucking chase scene is shaky cam, and I hate shaky cam. But it's a great scene, like the Snatchers chasing after Ron, Harry, and Hermione, and it could be like the score's really good and like you get your heart pumping and stuff. But the fucking camera the whole time doesn't stop shaking, and it gives you a fucking headache. Like, it just shakes. Like, it's annoying. And yeah, I hate it. It ruins the whole scene. Like, it starts off as like a very tension-filled scene, and then the fucking shaky cam keeps going until the end. I'm like, well, that was just a waste. And they're like, ugh, stupid. Anyways, number 9, not showing Lupin and Tonks' relationship. This annoys me too, because their relationship is a part of the books. Remus Lupin and Tonks fall in love, and there's a huge age difference. There's a lot of conflict there. Like, they have a kid, and he doesn't know if they should have a kid because he's a werewolf, and he doesn't want the wolf blood's gene to go into the kid. He doesn't know, and there's like a lot of things with their relationship. And the fact that like they completely gloss over it is so insulting to their characters, and it makes their death pointless. Like, in Death Hallows, like Part 1 and 2, they just kind of show up. Like, oh, we have a son, and then they just die, and then that's it. There's like no build up to it. There's no emotion to it. See, when they die in the book, when Tonks and Lupin die in the book, it's fucking heartbreaking, because you know the son has lost both his parents, and you know how much Tonks and Lupin have been through with each other. But none of that's in the movies. So when they die, you just don't care. And other than like Lupin, maybe because Professor Azkaban, he was the dark arts teacher, but I don't know, just there was no weight to it because they didn't explore the relationship. So that was disappointing. Lastly, very lastly, number 10, Grindelwald's Death. They destroyed, oh my god, like, in the books, Voldemort goes to Grindelwald at Azkaban prison to ask where the Elder Wand is, and Grindelwald will not tell him. He'll be like, no, because Grindelwald still loves Dumbledore, and he still, even though him and Dumbledore locked him away forever, he still has a love for Dumbledore, and he will not give him up. And then Voldemort kills him. Voldemort gets pissed off and kills Grindelwald. But in the movies, he just gives it up. He's like a psycho fuck. He's just like, he's buried along with it. I'm like, wait, what? Like, Grindelwald had so much loyalty to Dumbledore, even though he was an evil shit. he still had love and loyalty to Dumbledore. And it shows even like all these years in Azkaban, in the books, he's like, basically, fuck you, Voldemort. And Voldemort's like, you sack of shit, and he fucking kills him. And it's almost like a good redemption for Grindelwald. But no, in the movies, Grindelwald's like a psycho bastard. He's like, it's married with him. I'm like, what? Stupid. So dumb. But yeah, there we go. 10 things I didn't like in the Harry Potter movies. Again, love the movies. Love them. Most of them are like 10 out of 10 movies to me. Love them. Notice I didn't say anything really bad about Prisoner of Azkaban because it's like the perfect movie. But yeah, those are 10 things I didn't like in the Harry Potter movies. Let me know in the comments below what are things in the Harry Potter films that you just don't like. You don't think they did quite right. Let me know. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the dark side.